Hello everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and I purchased the group of coins in front of me for about $657 at a recent auction, and it came in from Switzerland. So today we're going to open it up, and I actually took a bit of a gamble. It looked like there were a bunch of old world coins. All of them are silver, but there were plenty of coins that weren't even in the photo that were covered by other coins. So we'll see how we do. It was a bit of a risk again, but that's part of the fun of coins, is taking risks and seeing how they pan out. So I'm going to open this up and we'll see what's inside. This video is sponsored by Whatnot, a live stream auctions and shopping app that I frequently sell coins and collectibles on. My link at the top of the description gives you $15 off your first order when you sign up through it, so definitely check that out. Plus, it's a great way to support my channel, since any buy that you make with a new account gives me a nice bonus too. Hope to see you on some of those auctions. Let's get into the video. And much like my world poundage hunts, I've just poured the coins out in front of us and we're going to walk through them excited. I think there's going to be a lot of designs that I haven't seen. This is a 1909, I think 50 centimes from Belgium, and I've never handled one of these in person. I mean, I can generally figure out what it is, but I think that it'll be cool to see what we get. And a lot of the coins were sort of early 1900s or even pre-1900s. So 1930 Canadian 10 cents is a little bit older. We've got a 1926 sixpence that I believe is still only going to be 50% silver. And some of these, 1906 5 cents from Canada. Like, I actually, going into this, feel like I overpaid a bit. Here's a 1942 3 pence from New Zealand. But I also get the sense that it would not take too many of the, you could just have a few of these be quite valuable, and then you could make back a fair amount of the cash spent. So like this 1883 50 ore from what should be Sweden is going to be, I would think, a more expensive coin, like a better one compared to the numbers that I spent. But I also could be pretty off on that, just because I think a lot of the coins are smaller. I mean, I knew that they were small, but they're even smaller than I sort of anticipated. Here's a 1 drachma coin, silver coin from Greece, 1873, and I think that A means that it was minted in Paris, which was minting a bunch of coins for other countries. But like this 1920 Canadian 5 cents, I mean, it looks nice. It looks like it's also a bit bent or something like that. Or this 1915 sixpence are not really, the way that I'm going to make back a ton of the money that I spent on these coins. But hopefully whatever's underneath. There's a 1925 3 pence from Australia, sterling coin, and a 1929, I haven't seen this design, 50 ore from the G Mint in Sweden. But I was distracted by this one, which is a Pope or Pius the Ninth, 1867 1 lira from the Italian states or the Vatican City. So that could be a better coin, and definitely one that I'm excited about. So just excited to sort of see where this hunt goes, how it unfolds. 2 more sixpence, 1917. I think M is probably going to be Melbourne in Australia. So some World War II era coinage, or World War I, excuse me. Also have an 1899 3 pence. I think a lot of smaller 3 pence coins, again, which is not the best from my perspective. Sometimes you take a risk and it doesn't pan out. Like, that definitely happens. 1897 3 pence. And then over here, we've got a Swedish coin, 1897 TO or 10 ore. That'll be a little bit lower percentage silver, but I think I may have overestimated some of the coins in here. But I mean, 1917 10 cents, that's a pretty good World War I detail on Queen Wilhelmina there. Or like a 1910 sixpence is probably a better find, and I would think that this 1907 Belgian 50 centimes would also be decently high percentage silver, and that's the good news. A lot of this is, this is 92.5% silver with the emu and the kangaroo. 3 pence from Australia. We've got a 50 Pfennig from 1876 from Germany. So that's pretty cool. Got the Imperial Eagle there. We've got this Napoleonic Emperor, 1867 20 centimes from the French Empire. So that's solidly old. That was Napoleon III was Napoleon's, I believe, nephew. And there was some interesting history there. 5 Scheidemunze, maybe 5 Kreuzer, or Krajar. We have Franz Josef. This is like the Austro-Hungarian ruler, Habsburgs, but it's got the like German lettering to it. but those can be a little bit lower on the percentage of silver. 1917, 25 cents from the Netherlands. What else do we have? This one's cool, 25 ore, 1889. Also from Sweden. Somebody, maybe it's Adolphus II or something. I can't quite tell what the monogram there is. But there are a lot of coins I don't see too often. Like this one, Spanish 50 centimos, I would think. Alfonso the 12th, 1881, for probably the glory of God, I believe, is what they have inscribed or written on that coin. And we've got another one similar, 1885. So this is so fun. I mean, 1920 at 10 cents Canada. Maybe the value on it, I think I'll probably break even or come out slightly ahead. This one, let's see, 1904 Danish, Christian the Ninth, my namesake, 25 ore, is phenomenal. It reminds me of like buying lots of coins online, like plural, like a group lot of coins online with my dad when I was like 8, and seeing how they turn out. And these, like, they have decent eye appeal, but I think that I'm curious to see what the overall, I mean, like, but a 3 pence from 1904, like, definitely has some collectability. It's in pretty solid shape. King Edward VII, and some of these I think will be going in my collection just because they're designs I don't see too often. I'm not that familiar with, and I would think that that's also Swedish 25 ore, and then smaller 1918 again, World War I though, Netherlands 10-cent coin. I'll do a few more of these smaller coins. It always seems like there's interesting stuff found amongst them, but we've got Canadian, Swedish, which we've seen before, and I don't recognize that one. That could be cool. Algarve Rex. I don't know who that is. Let's see. Emmanuel II from 1910. 100 race. Oh, wow. So Brazilian coin. That's really cool and unexpected, and I haven't seen that coin or design either. So one of my favorite finds, I would say, so far. 1928, 25 cents. And in 1904, again, Spanish coin, 50 centimes. And we got another older 1868 10 soldi there. Also from the Vatican City or Italian states, Papal states. That's pretty sweet. So I really like those ones because I'm not as familiar with them. 1904 50 centimes from Spain. Let's see what else we've got. 1894 6 pence over here. Let's see, 1894 6 pence. Nice coin. A little bit older, and again, high percentage of silver. 10 ore, maybe Danish look to it. Christian the 10th, I believe, would be a Danish. I thought it said 1917 on there. And then this one, probably older, 1875 25 ore, but that should be Swedish based off of that monogram. After that, we're going to go, old coin here, Napoleon III, let's see, 20 centimes from 1860. And keeping the trend up of really cool, what they might be a little bit smaller, but they're still great pieces of history. Civil War era, except it's in France. And 1889 25 ore, you wonder, there was international trade at that point, so maybe it was used in securing something going on in the war, on the U.S. mainland. Here we've got a Wilhelm III 1850 5 cents coin from Denmark. We'll follow it up here with a 1932 10 cents from Canada. This is a Norwegian coin, a 1912 Norwegian 10 ore. So I feel like a lot of them are skewed towards Denmark or Sweden. So good to have some variety there. And then a 1918 3 pence again, and 2 6 pence coins, 1894 and 1918. I believe that they switched and went down in terms of their purity in the 6 pence coins in like 1921 or so. So we snuck in there. 1860 again, 20 centimes from France. That coin is a type that could be, viewed as pretty valuable. People might pay a fair bit for it, just for the history alone. 1910 Spanish Alfonso the 13th, which is great. We'll see what else. 1910 6 pence coin. Ooh, that looked like it's a different. Let's see, and well, maybe it's just Australian. I don't think I've seen as many of the older 6 pence coins. 1914 early World War I Dutch coin in 1897, 6 pence as well. This one could be New Zealand, and it is 1943, World War II. I don't know too much about what New Zealand was doing during that time, but certainly, part of the British Empire. King George the Sixth featured prominently. We've got a 1921 Canadian 10 cents that might have had a little bit of a cleaning to that coin. And then this one's worn, but that looks like 1882 to me. 10 cents, also going to be Danish, Denmark. So very fun finds so far. We got a 1914 6 pence also, and we got 1911 10 cents from the Netherlands. Let's see. Ooh, that one's in decent detail. Victoria de Gratia. Let's see, 1891 6 pence. So better condition coin. And we got a 50 centime from Spain, 1904. Another one of those. A German 20 pfennig from 1874, also with the eagle. And then behind it, another 3 pence from Great Britain, 1910. Let's see. I'll pick up another larger group. Some similar themes here. I think I'll speed through a little bit more, anything that I really recognize. But like this 1898 looks like 50 centimes, but it says Eendracht Macht. What is that? Okay, it's a Belgian coin with Leopold II on it. 50 centimes. That's great. To see a new design. I don't think we've seen the New Zealand 1933 3 pence. This looks like some local instruments and a nice crowned portrait of King George V. We mentioned these 10 soldi coins from somewhere in Italy. Another 10 cents from Netherlands, but here, New Zealand 6 pence, also with a nice bird perched there. Followed up by more, 50 centimos from 1926. I've just never seen a coin like that. Alfonso the 13th. I feel like I've just seen a little bit less Spanish silver, so it's great to have some of that here today. These two coins look a little bit more familiar, as does, this whole thing, except for this one. Victorio Emmanuel, 1867. I've seen some of the higher denom currency, but this one's a 50 centesimi, or lower denom. This one's 50 centesimi. It's silver. It's not a design I've seen before. And, new coin for our hunt, certainly today, and a little bit just overall for me personally as a collector. After that, we've got, let's see, a 10 cents coin, 1918. We got a 1924 3 pence. We've got another 20 pfennig, 1873. I think that they formed the state in 1871. And then we have Netherlands, more Dutch coinage. This one looks, that's a Swedish one. I was going to say Danish, but it's like a Swedish one with an interesting effect on it. Some of those Swedish coins are a little lower percentage. That one has an interesting, it's not coming through great in the light, but has some old toning on it, 1891, Queen Victoria. And then this one is a small coin, Napoleon III, Empire, another 1860, 20 centimes. Here, 1840 6 pence, certainly older, and it looks like that could be a bit of a die crack running in the side. That happens when the dies wear down over time, and the die, a little piece of it might fall off as it connects to the edge, and then obviously the metal is going to flow through and connect to it and flow to the empty space, and that's where that effect occurs. 1899, or again, more 50 centimos. And whoa, we got a US coin here, 1876. Let's look for, it doesn't look like any mint mark on that one, or maybe it's just been worn away, but that's decent. 1876, nice little seated dime, solid for a type collector or something of that sort. 1875 50 ore from Sweden, a little more of a solid sized planchet. We've got a 1919 Great Britain coin, 1902 25 ore from Sweden. Nice French sewer that inspired the American Silver Eagle Walking Liberty $50 designs from 1905. And then let's see what else we've got here. 1914 20 cents. We got a 10 ore. We've got a 4 skilling. Should be Danish, and it is 1856. Wow, pre-Civil War as well. Frederickus the 7th. And I could be wrong. Maybe it's a different entity, but I believe that is going to be the Danish skilling coin. We've got another 50 centimos, 1892, sort of a baby portrait of Alfonso the 13th. And fun to see how his portrait evolves over time on the coins. You know, some nice luster remaining on that 1933 sixpence. And then after that, whoa, flashy toning from Peru. This one is going to be, oh no, it's from Ecuador, 1912. That's a cool one. And at one point, I believe that they were linked, not 1-to-1, but like maybe 1-to-1 or like 1-to-2 or something like that in Ecuador, like post World War II or World War I. And then by 2000, it's like 1 to 25,000, $1 to 25,000 sucres. So a little bit sad there. This Cuban coin is super flashy, really nice condition. Let's see on this side, 1949, 2.5 grams, and that's a stunning coin. Really pleased with that one. Definitely a good coin in this hunt. And let's see, more Dutch, more Swedish. Not that I have anything against it, but we've seen a fair amount of it. 1876, 20 Pfennig. Oh, that one's, check that out. I didn't expect that from this side. You know, it's more like, I don't know, XF looking on that side, maybe AU, but here, I mean, that is a nice reverse on a 1899 50 centimes from France coin. I want to say, I mean, it's tough. A lot of them were 90% silver in the 1800s, and then by the 1900s, they've gone down across the board in terms of how much silver content they're putting out. This one's a 1921 Venezuelan coin. There you see 83.5% even in it. The Bolivar. We've got another Ecuadorian coin, 1915. These seem to be toning pretty nicely, though the light, again, is probably not the flashiest for displaying it. But more 3-pence coins. And wow, look at that. It's scratched up, but it says 1810 Napoleone Imperatore, Regno d'Italia, the reign of Italy, 5 soldi from Napoleon. Wow. Again, scratches across the face, but this coin was minted while Napoleon was reigning Italy during his rule as emperor and conquest of the rest of Europe, and he minted these coins. I've seen the gold versions. That might be the best coin that we found today. I'm not sure. There might be some other ones that are more valuable, but this one surely has some pretty significant historical background to it, and it's a great coin. Awesome. Wow. Well, now we did find silver over 200 years old. Pleased with that. Okay, that's a bummer that looks like it's got either a hole or just something drilled into it, but it's 1860. 3-pence from Victoria. So that's a little bit of an older coin. Definitely not opposed to that. This one is a solid 1 krona coin from Sweden, 1907. So that one also carries a lot more weight than a lot of these are fairly small planchets, which is what it is basically. But 1850, 5 cents right there. Danish, again, silver coin, 25 cents from the Netherlands, 1918. We got, let's see, 1905, 5 cents from Canada. We got an 1873 6-pence. Very nice. And more Swedish. That one looks new. At least 3-pence from South Africa, 1927. So also a good portrait with the crown. I believe the crown indicates that it was produced somewhere that's not the mainland of England, sort of to show that he is ruling and reigning over whatever territory it's issued for. So it might be Canada, it might be Australia, it could be India or South Africa. 1904 Spanish coin, 6-pence here. Another super old Wilhelm, 1850, 5 cents. And a 5 centavos, 1925, 72% silver from Guatemala. But that's a good coin. Or at least it's just much different from what we've had. And I don't know what this big design is. I'll save it for the very last coin of today. 1902 Danish coin, Swedish coin. We got a 1931 Panamanian find, and these were at the same standard for weight and size as the U.S. Counterpart for silver. So that's sort of interesting. 1904, 5 cents from Canada. 1928 half golden is a good coin. And then this one, 1930 10 drachma, I think. 10 drachma. From Greece. I didn't even know It looks silver to me. I mean, it's got a little bit of polishing, but that's a super cool design. A lot of history, and somebody's going to be happy to own that. So if I do sell it, I may hold on to it. It could be cool enough and have a lot of value upside where I would want to divest of it. But incredible hunt, and we got a ton. I'm not exactly sure on the value because I need to familiarize myself with a lot of this stuff, but some fantastic coins, I think, out of this group. And maybe my favorite one is this, I mentioned it, but Napoleonic Reign of Italy 5 soldi coin from 1810. What an incredible coin, and I look forward to seeing you on some of my future videos, different unboxings. You know, a lot of this might be eventually headed to Whatnot sales, so see you over there as well. But yeah, I look forward to keeping in touch. Thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, be sure to visit our website, treasuretown.com, to stay up to date on everything going on the channel and possibly get some great deals on coins and collectibles. We look forward to seeing you on our future videos, and best wishes until then.